right, the Patriots decided to ultimately be sellers at the trade deadline, with certain areas they could have added depth to. And Okon and Chad Graff of The Athletic talked about that, among other things, in this week's Playbook Pro.
All right, Chad Graff from The Athletic is our Playbook Pro this week. Obviously, the trade deadline has come and gone for the Patriots. No moves on their end. Just what are your thoughts on, the fact that they stood pat?
Fascinating to me because they didn't just stand pat, they sold a couple of pieces. Kyle Duggar no longer here, Keon White no longer here. So I really thought that they would make some minor moves just to add depth, nothing crazy. When they didn't do that, I think it kind of speaks volumes to they realize they've been beaten up on a bad schedule. And while yes, 7-2 is awesome, and while yes, they can go out and do something in the playoffs, I think they're also being realistic about where they are in this rebuild, and frankly, that it is still a rebuild.
Earlier this week, we heard that Kayshon Boutte may be out for a couple weeks with a hamstring. Just how much of an impact could that loss be for the Patriots?
I think that's huge and probably something we're not talking about enough in terms of Kyle Williams probably going to get a big boost in his playing time. What we've seen from him, if we're being honest so far, has been kind of underwhelming. The numbers aren't great, the production hasn't been great, and so Mike Vrabel has said he's been doing the right things behind the scenes. He's working toward this, he's building, he's getting better, and they're confident. I'm still kind of in wait-and-see mode with Kyle Williams. Is that deep threat still going to be there? Can Stephon Diggs be that guy? We've seen Mario Douglas downfield a couple of times. Can he pick up the slack there? And then, of course, that's what Kyle Williams was drafted for. He's a deep threat guy. That was the whole point of picking him. And so this is a really big week for Kyle Williams, I think.
6 wins in a row, but quite the challenge this week against Tampa Bay. What are they going to have to do to make it 7 in a row this week?
Well, this is the first time, frankly, since that Bills game that they haven't had as much talent as the opposing team. So this is when the schedule starts to get a little bit tougher. I think they're going to have to be able to run the ball. I think Travion Henderson needs to be really, really good. And then, you look at what the Bucs are doing. They're banged up as well. Chris Godwin might not play. Mike Evans, of course, is out. And so they're not quite where they're at. So I think that this comes down to like a time of possession game. I trust the Patriots defense to stop the run. Can the Patriots run the ball? That's very much a TBD.
Chad, appreciate the time. Sam, back to you.